Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. This video is one of 5 homeschool edition videos that we'll be posting every day over the next 5 days. Today, I am going to give you my top 8 must-haves for your homeschool. If you are new around here, my name is Amanda and I'm the mama of the flock. On this channel, you are going to join my family doing all things. A little bit about us. We're a family of 6, the Block family. We own a successful cheerleading gym in Sydney and we are new homeschoolers. Well, I don't know if I would call us new, but you know, the homeschool community probably will still call us new. We've been doing this for about 9 months now, so we're in the swing of things. We're having a good time. So you've actually joined us at a really good time if you're looking for tips, tricks, inspiration on how to get started. Okay, before I jump into my top 8 must-haves for your homeschool, please consider liking and subscribing and hitting that little notification bell while you meet my family. Cue intro. A really long time since we have posted anything on here. The world has gone crazy. Earlier this year, we were in the US. We took some cheerleading teams out there, competed out there. You know, the toilet paper pandemic went on while we were over there. We were thinking, this is nothing. We came back, and I'm telling you, within 2 weeks of us coming back, we were in lockdown. It was crazy. So while we were actually over in the US, there was only like a few cases in Australia. But when we came back, we had athletes and team members and parents that were on our trip that got really chesty. And I know that normally happens when you get on planes and things like that, but this freaked us out. So basically, none of us ended up with coronavirus, thank God. But, you know, we had to get everybody tested and made sure that everyone was in the clear. So that was great. But by the time everyone had their testing done, we went into lockdown. My business was shut. Everybody was shut down. It was absolute chaos. I am so glad that New South Wales is on the other side of it now. And, you know, we're praying for Victoria because, like, this is just so crazy. I could not imagine being a business owner in that state, or even just a parent that was not planning to homeschool their kids, or they've lost jobs or whatever. You know, I am really praying for those. We've got some family that live in Victoria and we're really praying for that state just to come out on the other side. But at this stage, I'm thankful that New South Wales is doing everything they can to keep this COVID-19 out of our lives. You know, we've got to keep our business running, you know, so well done, New South Wales. So speaking of lockdowns, when we went into lockdown, everybody was going crazy over this potential homeschooling of their children, except for me. I mean, I was so excited to be like, yes, I'm going to have all 4 at home. This is great. This is the best news ever. But I can completely understand why people freaked out. I mean, for me, I was super lucky. All of 2019, I had been planning to homeschool Lexi. You all know we homeschool her now. We started at the beginning of this year. But all of last year, I was planning. I knew exactly what we were doing. I had done heaps of research. You know, I was good to go. Yes, it did scare me knowing I was going to have 4 in 1, but I was like super excited for the challenge. I could not wait to have my kids at home. When I had all 4 kids at home, our homeschooling looked very different than it does now. Now we only have 1. The other 3 have gone back to traditional school for the rest of the year, and then they're all coming out. But, you know, it looked very different, and that's actually going to be one of the videos that I post over the next couple of days, is our daily routine, because I know even my friends are really intrigued and interested in like what we do every day and what's considered learning. So keep your eyes open for that, because I'm going to be posting that soon. When I had all 4 kids here, I was like, yes, I am so ready for this. I'm excited. Let's have fun. When the school gave us the work, I stressed out. I found it so stressful. I had anxiety. I was printing off all this work and thinking, hold up, have they given me a week's worth of work, or is this a day? And then when it wasn't finished, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to be behind. And then I really took a step back and was like, hold up. The most stressful part of our day is trying to get through the busy work that the school has given us. Now, don't get me wrong. Our school was amazing, and I know so many teachers panicked through this whole thing because nobody knew how to navigate. So I'm not actually bad-mouthing the school or anything like that. The school handled it great. And it was great for parents, especially if they had one child, you know, they could do all of that stuff. But for me, I had 4 kids on 4 different things. So Alexis was doing her homeschool stuff, Zach was doing year 3, Aiden year 1, and Callie in kindergarten. And it was like, hold up, this is absolutely crazy. We need to consolidate and we need to work together in it as a team. So look, doing the prescribed work from the school probably lasted, I'd say, 2 days. And then I was like, yeah, no, that's not for us. No wonder so many parents found it tough. Like, it was hard. So after 2 days, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do my own thing. I've done so much research leading up to this. I've done half of a teaching degree, which you don't need. But yeah, look, I was like, I know what I'm doing with Alexis. I can totally make that right for a kindergarten kid or someone in year 1 or year 3. So we ended up just doing a lot of family learning, which, yeah, hopefully when they all come home, I'm pretty much just going to keep going with that, because it was not stressful. It was actually really easy. So yeah, watch this space, because next year we're going to have all 4 here. No, I'm very, very excited about it. But yeah, our homeschool in lockdown looked very different to our homeschool now. You know, we couldn't go out, we couldn't do anything, but yeah, we're really in the swing of things now. Lexi is flying through. She's almost finished year 5 maths, which is pretty amazing. But like I said, hit that notification bell, because over the next few days, over this rollout of 5 homeschool videos, one of them will be a routine of what we do on a day-to-day basis for a 5th grader. And trust me, it is nothing what I thought it would be. So yeah, but now let's dive into it, shall we? I'm going to give you my top 8 must-haves for your homeschool. Number 1, a good diary. You need a diary not only to know what you're doing every day, but it's really good reporting for your AP when they come out and they want to see what you've been doing with your kids. So we just have this one. This is from Createl Publishing. It is a teacher's professional diary. Now, there's a couple of these. I bought this online, by the way. There's a couple of these. There's like weekly, and this one's a daily one. And what I liked about this, I'll just show you. It has a whole day on each page. So it's not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's a whole day on each page. But yeah, I just found this one really easy. I can give you an example. So I write down what we're doing. I put up the top what I want to get through that day. Maybe that's a video in itself, how I kind of do this. But when the authorized person comes, I'm just going to show her my big diary. So yes, get yourself a diary. Again, I don't know if this is a good one. I'm still kind of looking around, but this has done its job, especially for 1 kid. I feel like I might need something different for 4, because I don't really want to have 4 separate diaries for each kid. But you know, this is working for us now. I really like it, actually. 2, simple. The internet and a laptop. I know that's 2 things, but the internet. You need the internet. Why? Google. Google is your best friend. Not only is the internet a great place for you to get resources and things like that, it's just good to ask questions. I mean, there's many times I go onto Google and I'm like, okay, Alexis is talking about something that I don't know. It is so good. Now, I remember going to school and learning how to use Google. I was specifically in year 5 and I was in the library and there was one computer, and I'm not that old, but there was one computer with a search engine on it. And when we type something in, like, I don't know, ladybugs, like 2 websites would come up. So look, when we went to school, it was very, very different. We had to learn to memorize things. Not now. If you have the internet, you can find out anything. And I feel like the most important thing we need to teach our kids now is where to find answers. So I feel like the internet has to be number 2 in my top 8 because it's so important to learn how to search. Number 3, a dictionary thesaurus. This thing gets a workout. I feel like with a dictionary, if you're trying to explain something and your child is just not understanding because it's a new word to them or they're not understanding a concept, sometimes going through here, getting them to find the word and reading out the meaning in simple form, I feel like sometimes that gets the message across better than I ever could. So yeah, and thesaurus, obviously, this is great to grow their vocabulary, but definitely a hard one because I love books. They smell so good. I love books. I love it being in my hand, but it's also teaching her, you know, alphabetical order for one. It's also teaching her how to find things in alphabetical order. So that's what I love about my dictionary. 4, a good maths curriculum. So I've been looking at some maths curriculums because at the moment we're using maths online, and to be honest, I actually really love it, especially for Lexi, who is an independent worker. It's great, a couple minutes lessons, but we do it all online. But there's also like Math UC, there's like, you can just get the books of maths. So there's plenty, there's heaps out there, and that's a video in itself. I'm still hunting around for some from my other kids, but I really feel like, so Aiden and Lexi particularly work really well with Maths Online. But yeah, it's great. It's linked with the Australian curriculum, but that's a video in itself. I could totally do a video on maths curriculum. So I won't do that today, but yeah, maybe that's one that's gonna come up. So let me know in the comments if you want me to go through some maths curriculums, because yeah, again, I'm still trying to find some stuff, but I really do love Maths Online. Alexis is flying through it. Like I said, she is almost finished year 5 maths, so it's pretty exciting for her. But yes, you need a really good maths curriculum, whether it be online or in your hands in a hard copy in a book or in a written curriculum. 5, lots of pens, pencils, texters, stationery. I mean, like, look, we didn't even have this nicely. This was nice until I had all my kids come home, but I really want to organize it. But you know, if your kids are into YouTube like my children, they probably have used the Art for Kids hub. These Sharpies, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, that family should have shares in Sharpie, because my kids go through them like crazy doing those art classes on there. So yeah, lots of pens, lots of pencils. And to be fair, you'll probably have all this lying around your house. I'm just a sucker for stationery, and you know, if the kids tell me they want some new pens, I'll get them for you. But what I found with Lexi, she loves gel pens. Oh my goodness. She loves gel pens. If you have a child that doesn't like to write, get gel pens. I'm telling you, they love them, especially like the scented ones. What is that? Sugar Rush. What flavor is that? Smells good. I think it's like ice cream. Yeah, so stationery. Number 6. A mini home library. Okay, so you're probably thinking like, oh my gosh, how many books do I need? And you could totally get away with not having a library. Me, it is a must-have. I love, love, love books, but I think just having them around just encourages reading a little bit. On those days where I feel like I cannot, my children will read and do something with numbers. That's it. And then I feel like, hey, we've had a good day at school. You know what I mean? But, you know, we've got so many books. I could give you a full tour of my books of all different ages and levels. And like I'm telling you, if your child is 10, don't just go for the books that are for 10-year-olds. Go for the ones that are for like 8-year-olds, because they're really, you know, the kids love reading these. They're quick, they're fun, usually makes them feel pretty good. And I feel like with the books that are aimed at younger kids, and I heard someone say this, I can't remember who, the books that are for younger kids, they explain things so much simpler. So sometimes I feel like if my kids aren't grasping something, especially Lexi, if she's not grasping something, I'll be like, okay, let's get a book that's more aimed at like Aiden, like 7. She'll read that and then she understands it. It's so much clearer for her. So yeah, I feel like having good books at home, all different types of books, you know, we do a reader every week, and you know, you'll see that when we talk about our routine in the next videos, but having a little library will save your life. So yeah, look, get people to donate books to you. Start making little purchases when things are on sale, or be a Booktopia crazed person like me, and I live on Booktopia. They have Afterpay, which is amazing. But yeah, Booktopia, hit me up, because you know what? I spent a lot of money at Booktopia. Okay, number 7 must-have for your homeschool is basic exercise books. These are so good. I have a lot of them, and they're real cheap, but we don't split these by like lessons. So like, here's my geography book, here's my history book. We don't do that. This is just what we write in. We're almost done this one, actually. She's got like 3 pages left to go, and then we have to go into another one. But we use this for spelling, book reviews, procedure writing, diary entries. We do everything in this. We write stories, poems, you know, predictions, so much, spelling words, you know, it's everywhere. We write everything in this book. So yeah, get yourself some good exercise books. 8 is probably my favorite and my go-to when everything else is going to rubbish. If you're having a tough day, or the kids are just not feeling it, or you're not feeling well, because mums don't feel 100% all the time. If you're not feeling good, my top tip, board games. Board games are the best. We've got Banana Grims, Rummy Cub, we've got Battleship. You know what? I could probably do a video on the board games I use for homeschool. Actually, I will. Over the next couple of days, that's going to be in here. So make sure you check that out, because board games are so fun, and they don't even realize they're learning, but there's some really good games that are educational, that are fun for everyone, and kids of all ages can play. So all 4 of mine are being lovely, playing at the dining table, playing together. So, you know what? On those tough days, a board game and a book makes me feel like we've had a successful day at life. Okay, now here is my bonus must-have. Ready for it? A kitchen. Just your normal everyday kitchen. Because again, on those rubbish days, it's great to be like, okay, we're reading, you guys can play a board game, and now you can make your own lunch. There is so much learning to be done in the kitchen, but it's really fun being with your kids in the kitchen. Alexis has learned to make every type of egg possible. And you know what? Not many 11-year-olds can poach their own eggs perfectly. So we've done so much learning in the kitchen together, and it's a really fun mother-daughter moment. I'm really loving it. She writes out her recipes and she's so proud of it, and she cooks for us, and oh, it's so beautiful. So That's my bonus, and I'm pretty sure you all have a kitchen. So look at that. You've already got some of the resources. So you can totally do this homeschool thing. And that is it. That is absolutely it. They are the top 8 must-haves for your homeschool. Well, they are for my homeschool, and I mean, everyone's different, so you might have different opinions, but definitely hit me down in the comments, because those are the things that I cannot live without. They are absolute necessities for our first year of homeschooling, and they may change in a few months, they may change in a few years, but I would love it if you hit down in the comments if you agree or you disagree with me, or what your top 8s are. I would really love to see what your top 8 must-haves are. Tell me what you have to live with, but tell me what you cannot live without. You know, everybody is different, and it's really interesting to see what everyone values and what is important to them. So this was just one of 5 of my homeschool series that is going to be coming out over the next few days. Make sure you subscribe, because we would love to get to know you and have you join our family and doing all of those things. But until then, thanks for watching. Bye.